Hi, everyone. My name is Stacy Morgan. I'm a psychology major at Liberty University. And for my capstone class, we were asked to do an interview of someone in the field of psychology or equivalent, and then do a reflection video on what we learned during that interview. So here it is. Um, I chose someone named Kim, who I work with at a middle school. She is a special education teacher. And since I plan on becoming a special education teacher after I graduate, I thought that she would be a really good person to interview. Kim has over 30 years of experience, and she has tons of advice and information to share. I worked with Kim for 4 years. But during this video, I thought it was interesting that I learned so much more about her that I didn't know. Usually, when you're working in a classroom with someone, you're not talking about how they got to their position. A lot of times, you're just working with the kids and trying to get through the school day. So, it was just pretty awesome to learn more about how she became a special education teacher. Um, so to get started in the interview, Kim told me a little bit about herself. She has worked in special education. Actually, she just finished her 28th year. So, um, that's pretty exciting to see someone who has been in the field for that long. A lot of times teachers want to get out. And so it's kind of nice to talk to someone who has stayed in and can give me advice on what she did to help her get to that point. Um, During those years, she did teach in three different school districts and in many different areas of the school. Um, she's taught in self-contained rooms, in breakout rooms, resource rooms, and in co-teaching atmospheres. Um, and she teaches kindergarten. She's taught kindergarten through eighth grade. She is licensed to teach up to 12th grade, which is a huge span. Um, if you ask me, of knowledge to know kindergarten through 12th grade. That's pretty big. She told me that she earned her bachelor's degree in mild disabilities at Ball State University. Um, and she told me that her hands-on experience that she got during her training really helped her prepare. So I am looking forward to that transition when I'm doing those transition to teaching classes to get some of that experience to help me. Um, One thing that I thought was really interesting was that she did not plan on becoming a special education teacher. That wasn't even a thought in her head. She was a business major. And later, after she had worked a while, she realized that she wanted a career where she helped people. She enjoyed that. And she knew that the medical field was not for her. She did not enjoy nursing or anything that had to do with the body. So she chose special education. Um, I I enjoyed hearing that because I am older and am finishing up a different career. I chose a different path when I was younger, and this is not what I thought I was going to be doing. So to hear somebody else that has gone through that and that it is possible that I can start later and be a teacher and still work many, many years in that field. It was exciting and it was kind of reassuring to know that, yeah, I can do this. Um, After that, Kim told me what typical day was like, which in special education, if you've ever worked there, there is no typical day. Um, Things can change drastically from moment to moment. Um, she told me that, of course, there's teaching involved. There's always teaching, but there's the lesson planning. which can take a while. A lot of times it's ahead of time. So she's prepared. There's meetings with the parents and administration, the paperwork that has to be done, the IEPs that have to be written up, um, sending emails to parents or admin, talking with parents about difficult things. There's always something that has to be done, and being scheduled, keeping a schedule, um, is very important. But at the same time, things change very, very quickly. Um, so you have to be flexible to be able to deal with all the things that you have planned, but then all those things that are going to be thrown at you during those days. And I've seen it. I've seen her go from teaching to, oh, okay, I got to make a phone call and, or deal with a behavior. So, she's a pretty awesome person, if you ask me. Um, she, like I said, she did say that flexibility is a huge part of this job, um, which I do completely understand. I work in the contained room, and you just never know what's going to be thrown at you. And that's one thing I enjoy about it is having to be flexible. I like sometimes the unknown, and to um, be able to get in there and work out those situations. Um, One of the questions that I asked her is what she enjoys about her job. And her answer, it really stuck with me. She said she likes those light bulb moments when those kids just get it. It could be the math problem that they've been working on, the English concept, just that one little aha moment of, oh my goodness, I get it. I understand. That really keeps her going. It brings her joy, it brings the kids joy, and it makes her see that, yeah, this was all worth it. Um, she said building those relationships with the kids, getting the high fives in the hallway, a kid feeling comfortable enough with her to ask her to open a locker, or a, a question of help. Um, just any of those relationship things, it's great to build with the kids because sometimes they don't have great relationships, and to build that with those kids, it's really good for them, it's really good for us. um it's good to have someone for the students to look up to, and I think Kim is one of those people, 100%. um when she told me that, I did think about some of the students that I work with, and how I feel when those kids come to me and ask me, or have a problem and want somebody to help them solve it. They have that confidence that I am that person to come to, and it's extremely rewarding. Um, of course, there are some challenges that come with it, and Kim told me many of the challenges. Um, A lot of it is the paperwork. There is tons of paperwork in special education, and it can be tedious. Sometimes those conversations with the parents that are difficult. It's just there's always something, and you have to learn how to troubleshoot. And but Kim told me that during those challenges, she tries to take a step back and take a breath, and not take things personally, because when you do, then you're not able to think through that situation. You're not able to keep a good mindset, and it's important to take that step. And if you do take things personally, then it just brings whole other emotions in, and it's just not needed in those times. um she also told me that she works hard to keep work at work, and when she goes home, that is just her time with her family. It's very important to take care of yourself and the people in your life. We know that work and our kids are extremely important, but taking care of yourself is most important because if you're not taken care of, how can you take care of the kids at school? Um, Next, we talked about professionally, different trainings that she does to keep current with what's going on in special education. Um, she said that the school offers different programs that they can do, different trainings to keep up on things. And there's also something called Learning Connection that helps her staying current on the special education changes. There's always something changing in special education. Um, and I liked hearing that after 30 years or almost 30 years, she is still learning, she's still growing. And I think that's very important that we don't get stuck in one mindset. We don't get stuck in one area and be like, oh no, this is just how it is. That we are willing to grow even after so many years, that we can grow as teachers so we know what we need to know for the kids. Um, then I asked Kim some advice on somebody, like for somebody who is going into special education. And she told me to take care of myself, that it is very important to take care of ourselves, that you're going to get stressed, you're going to get exhausted. But this job is very rewarding. She also reminded me that there's going to be times that you don't hear thank you, that you don't feel appreciated right away, but just know that you are making a difference and you will see it in the little things through time. Um, she said that being flexible and kind and patient were the three things that she would say are the most important for someone who is going into special education. And when she said that, I thought about the teachers I've worked with over the years. I've worked there for 7 years, and the best teachers had all those qualities. So I, I think she was spot on. Um, Before we finished, Kim said something to me that I thought was very um, important. It was very genuine. Um, she said that the job is not for the faint of heart. That there'll be days, sorry, that there are days when you're going to be tired and frustrated. And these are in her own words. You're going to be tired and frustrated, and you're going to wonder if you're making a difference. But then something happens. Student reaches a goal, learns something new, or has a breakthrough. And you're reminded why you chose that career. And that is the reason why I'm choosing special education, is for those differences, is to help a student break through and to become what we know that they can be. Um, so that just meant a lot that she gave that insight. She was very encouraging. And she told me that anytime I need help to come to her, anytime that there is documentation that I do not understand on um, what I'm doing, because there's going to be a lot at first, that she will be there to help me and to guide me. She told me to keep my head up and to stay focused and to not give up. To, if this is my goal, to keep going. Um, she was just very encouraging throughout the whole conversation. And even though I've worked with Kim for these 4 years, it was great to be able to talk to her and to learn more about her life and her side of special education, and to know what I get to look forward to um, after I graduate from Liberty. Um, Thank you so much for watching this reflection video.